This 5-slide presentation shows how optocouplers and solid-state relays can be used to make solar power in residential and commercial applications safer. The high voltage DC output from the solar panels is being inverted to high voltage AC output that will be fed to the utility grid. Optically isolated IGBT drivers are used to isolate the high voltage stage of a DC to AC inverter from the low voltage control circuitry. Vishay offers two IGBT drivers, the VO3120 and VO3150A, featuring wide operating voltage, low input supply current, high temperature ratings, and, most importantly, a leading test isolation voltage. I/O communication ports and string inverters require isolation for safety and for noise purposes. The communication cabling can act as a very efficient antenna for RF emissions out of a device and for RF noise coupling into a device. Use of optical isolation can quickly and easily eliminate this coupling, which would otherwise lead to protracted EMI RFI noise debugging. Vishay has a broad portfolio of 1 megabaud, 5 megabaud, and 10 megabaud high-speed optocouplers and surface mount or leaded packages, and single channel and dual channel, with test isolation voltage up to 5,300 volts. They are ideal for isolating communication ports. It is common to include relay contact outputs for actuation of external devices, for example, audible alarms in case of a power outage, or for fans providing auxiliary cooling. While mechanical relays could be used, it's much more reliable to use optically isolated solid-state relays. Vishay has a broad selection of solid-state relays and multiple package options. Two relays to consider include the VO14642 that has a very low on resistance, and the VO1400 AEFT with its small SOP4 package. Isolation requirements vary depending on the device's installation category. Category 4 devices are connected to utility power. To protect low voltage electronics from high voltage power, ordinary optocouplers may not be enough. For Cat 4, transient overvoltage performance should exceed 8,000 volts. Vishay's CNY64, CNY65, and CNY66 high voltage optocouplers exceed the Cat 4 requirements. They're offered in a DIP 4 and surface mount package with a variety of current transfer ratios and feature a distance between the emitter and detector through the insulation of over 3 millimeters. Today we talked about optocouplers and solid-state relays in solar power applications. Vishay has a wide variety of award-winning optoelectronic components for all of your applications. We're a leading supplier of IR receivers for remote control, offer solid-state lighting and white LED binning options well beyond the competition, and have the broadest selection of discrete emitters and detectors on the market. If you have specific questions about optocouplers or solid-state relays, send an email to optocoupler_answers@vishay.com and we'll reply within 24 hours. To find a sales representative in your area, click on the Regional Sales Contact link. For data sheets for any of the products you've seen in this webinar, go to vishay.com/optocouplers. And for information on all of Vishay's optoelectronic products, you can go to vishay.com/optoelectronics. Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn a little bit more about Vishay's optocouplers and solid-state relays for solar power applications.